Well, hey everybody, it's Sandy, and welcome back to my channel dedicated to helping you advocate for your own health, one topic at a time. So I just want to say thank you and welcome. I've noticed I've got a few new subscribers, and that's always a little celebration for me. And was really happy that I got so much feedback and commentary and questions and things about the mask reviews that I did recently and even the comparison. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to update you with the information as the FDA, testing is completed on the products that I reviewed. Until then, I'm still enjoying my Sono mask very much. And today I just want to talk about masks in general. I'm pretty sure most people who watch my channel are wearing masks when they're out and about in public, but it seems real variable. So some people say that they can't wear a mask. Maybe they have asthma or some other like pulmonary condition, and I want to talk about that. And then some people I've heard say that how about wearing a face shield instead of a mask? If you can't wear a mask, what about wearing a face shield instead? And I want to talk about, my thoughts on that as well. And then at the end, I'm going to mention a couple things that I'm looking at doing in the way of future content, and I would very much welcome your comments on that as well. So yeah, so the evidence now is really pretty unequivocal. Okay, the bottom line is we really should all be wearing masks when we're out and about, okay, in society and near each other. And I don't think that's only inside, I think that's outside. There's some mathematical publications out there that show that if you have like 80 to 90% of people wearing masks, you reduce the spread enough that you can even absorb the impact of people wearing them. Some people are going to wear them incorrectly or take them off to speak or, whatever. But the important thing is that we keep our large respiratory droplets all to ourselves. And if you look at any of the countries around the world that have either eradicated or just significantly diminished COVID, they've all mandated masks. And some that have seen a resurgence after they eased their restrictions went back to mandating masks. And some have even said you get a ticket and citation in public in places. If you're not wearing your mask, you're going to pay a fine. So I don't really know why we don't have a consensus in this country about wearing masks. And it's very concerning to me. So first of all, there are some people I've heard say, well, I can't wear a mask because I have asthma or I have some kind of a breathing problem. And I just want to say that I don't want to be insensitive to people's feelings that they can't wear a mask, but sometimes the feeling that you're not breathing well doesn't mean you're not breathing adequately. It's masks don't feel that comfortable when you're getting used to them. Now, I've worn a mask like in the operating room day in, day out, all day long for decades. Okay, so it doesn't seem like any big deal to me. I can forget I have it on, but masks don't feel like there's no mask there. So when you first, put a mask on, yeah, you're going to feel it. And some people feel uncomfortable. It feels warm because the air you exhale is warm and that stays close to your face for a little while. But, that isn't to say that you're not really breathing adequately. So, there are people in the operating room. There are nurses and doctors, surgeons, anesthesia providers, whatever. Some of them have asthma. And I think the Surgeon General of the United States has stood up in a press conference and mentioned that he has asthma. I think he might even have another pulmonary disease, and he's an anesthesiologist and he still practices, which means he goes to the operating room and he wears that mask. So, there is an empirical test you can do, which is there's a little probe they put on your finger when you go to the doctor's office and they check your oxygen saturation and your pulse with it. It's called a pulse oximeter. And, next time you go in, put your mask on and have them put that probe on your finger, and you'll see that your saturation tends to stay in your normal baseline range when you have a mask on. They are designed to be breathable. So I don't want to, dismiss people's concerns, but I think it's important to separate facts from feelings. And I don't think, feeling uncomfortable with something is a good reason to put other people at risk. I kind of feel the same way about claustrophobia. I mean, some people have a claustrophobic feeling in a mask, and I don't want to dismiss that either because I'm sure that's terrible, but there've got to be other solutions to that and other ways to try to cope with it. You maybe can experiment with different kinds of masks. Perhaps you can experiment with how long you can wear the mask before you start to feel uncomfortable. Maybe you can wear it for 10 or 15 minutes and be really efficient with your outings and then gradually increase the time. This is just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other people out there who have had experiences with this and come up with their own solutions, and I'd be really interested to hear about those. But again, I don't think that feeling claustrophobic is a good reason to put other people at risk and not wear a mask. Now, as far as a shield, I hear people say, well, if you can't wear a mask, what about one of those face shields? Yeah, No. Now, I know I have some physicians and I know I have some nurses and advanced practice nurses who watch my channel, and please be liberal with your comments because I actually heard this suggested by somebody who happens to be a physician, to wear a shield instead of a mask. A shield and a mask are designed for two different things. Most importantly, the mask is designed to help other people. It's designed to protect other people around you because if everyone's wearing a mask, then everyone keeps his or her respiratory droplets to him or herself. Okay, so they don't spray everywhere or fall anywhere. A face shield is designed to protect the wearer. Okay, so other people can't spray respiratory droplets that will land on your face because this shield is here. Okay, um, that doesn't stop you from spilling your respiratory droplets. Now, they might not go forward because they'll hit that shield, but they will fall on all the surface around you. They'll be everywhere beneath that shield. You will be spilling respiratory droplets. Now, should other people wash their hands? Yes, of course. But if we all did that instead of wearing masks, I don't think anybody's going to study that because I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be a good conscientious, socially conscious study. Okay, I think it, yeah, I think it would be highly flawed, um, from a public health perspective. Anyway, that's a tangent. Um, if everybody were to walk around without a mask but just a shield, we would have respiratory droplets all over the place. A shield and a mask are two different things, and they're not interchangeable. Please let me know your comments. I'm open-minded, and I want to hear if somebody's using a shield this way. I do think a shield is a good idea for eye protection if you don't have other kinds of eye protection, because I think eye protection is under considered in this pandemic. And I think that's something we can maybe talk about in another video. Um, so my soapbox is, yeah, I think that if we all got to wearing masks, we could really change the course of this thing until time that we get a vaccine. I think there's a lot of people who are very isolated that might be able to see their loved ones, sooner. The sooner we all wear masks, and this whole pandemic has just given me a lot of clarity about the value of community and how much a community can do to help individual people. So yeah, that's my soapbox. Let me know what you think. In terms of future content, I am thinking about a couple of product reviews again, where I'm thinking about doing some reviews on the compression gloves that are made to help people who have either arthritis or repetitive stress injuries on their hands. I think this should be maybe a popular topic, I would think, for nurses, people who have any kind of repetitive work. People sit at a keyboard a lot, have carpal tunnel. And the compression gloves come in all different kinds of fabrics and price points. And let me know what you think about having some future videos on those and anything else you might be interested in. So until next time, please be well, please wear your mask, and please share with anybody you think that might find this helpful.